Well, hi everybody. It's me, Leslie Bilodeau-Plazic, Zazoo Plaz. I'm back. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. It's December 27th, 2020. This is the last Zazoo Plaz report of 2020. And I'm doing it on I'm actually recording using my phone and my new tripod that I got for Christmas. Usually I would be using my tablet, but I've got my new microphone, got my new tripod. I'm headed in the right direction. 2021 is going to be a year of great achievement, great videos. I'll be coming to you maybe from different places. Maybe I'll travel now that I got my tripod. Anyway, so last report of the year. So I started thinking today, it's the end of the year, New Year's. What New Year's used to mean. I didn't want to get too, stuck in expectations, not in 2020 of all years. But I said, okay, I'm going to go in my big box of photos and see what pops up. This is a photo that popped up. These are some of my high school peeps. So, this is a photo that was taken. It's actually from one of my best friends. She had given it to me. And it's her birthday this week, so it's very appropriate that she's on my mind. This friend right here. And if you're watching, happy birthday! She is probably my oldest, dearest friend in the whole world. We've known each other since we were 3 years old. We grew up around the corner from each other. We went to elementary, middle, and high school together. So she took this photo. This says, After Hours 10th Reunion. This was our East Catholic High School night of our 10th reunion. And we had gone, this is all my buddies here. Here I am. That's how we used to dress up when we went out on the town, November 1993. So I got my little black dress on with the black stockings, and my friend here. She and I, we both went to the same college. We both went to BC together, and she went on studying law at BC, and she's a lawyer now. She lives in Boston. This guy, he's a good guy. He moved to California, I think. I went to school with him since middle school. He was quite a character, All the kids liked him because he was funny, smart. He could be counted on for wisdom at times. And another friend of mine there. She's very smart. And this was my date for the evening. This guy in the back here. He didn't go to our high school. I just wanted a warm body to take to the reunion so I wouldn't have to go by myself. And I met him in the JCs. His name started with R. Rory, Reginald, Rolly, something like that. Rally, Ralph. Maybe it was Ralph. I don't know. No, it wasn't Ralph. But anyway, he ended up marrying some heir to a construction fortune family, and he used to drive a Jeep. When they saw me walk in with him at the reunion, one of my buddies, one of my friends who used to work on the A-Clat with me, he saw me walking in with this guy, clearly, that we had just started. I think I met him in the JCs, the Junior Chamber of Commerce. And he looked at him and he says, well, how does it feel to be Mr. Leslie Bilodeau? And that was the beginning of the end of that relationship. The guy, I don't know what happened. He took off after that. They scared him away. And this guy comes up, follows me to the car with this guy, and he's like, really? That guy drives a Jeep. You really going out with that guy? He says, you can do better. I don't know what driving a Jeep had to do with anything, but it stuck in my head that sometimes your friends, you know, the people who have known you when you're a kid, you know, middle school, it's your truth, right? Your posse. These are the people who have seen you wearing your Catholic school uniforms with your knobby knees and your Peter Pan collar with the little tie, and we've survived the sister ingeniosa. So anyway, these are the mirrors of our souls, these people. And I was thinking about it, and how much I miss going out dressed in black. See that dress? It was kind of cool. It had like little pearl swingy thingies on the jacket. So when I moved, it kind of swayed back and forth, and all the little pearls kind of jangled each other. You know, it had a little movement to it, and the bottom dress was kind of fitted. You know, so it didn't leave too much to the imagination. But that's how we used to go out in those days. Remember? That's how we used to hit the town. Yeah, we were hot. Fast forward to 2020, I'm sitting in my bedroom talking to my phone on almost New Year's Eve. But anyway, so after the reunion, 10th is kind of a tough reunion. If you're usually single, you know. So that's kind of, it's your first Saturn return. Your main concern is, you know, it's kind of like, what adventures have I had? What have I done since high school? What have I achieved professionally? You know, what do I want for myself personally? Who am I? That's what 28 is all about. You know? So I was thinking about this year, and the reading for the day popped up in my head. You know, it's the one about the Holy Family that gets under my craw every year. It's beautiful that, you know, the thought of Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, you know, in the manger, in the stable, and then they start in on the wives be subordinate to your husbands and your children like olive plants around the table. And when I was growing up, that used to get me really fired up, that statement. Wives be subordinate to your husbands. It's enough to get my eye twitching, you know, because it conflicted with, I guess, the image that I had of myself, which is not to subordinate my gifts, my God-given gifts, my divine self, which is perfect and unchangeable, to anyone else's will or, you know, anyone else's agenda. And I've been pretty tough about that my whole life. Somebody starts giving me grief, telling me what to do. Bye. So here's the gospel telling me to be subordinate. You know, I always had trouble swallowing that one. And then they say, men, honor your wives. Or no, it's honor your mother and father. But they don't say men be subordinate to your wives. Some men are subordinate to their wives. Sometimes the woman's the boss. And I started thinking about myself. And, after that comment at my high school reunion where he said, how do you like being Mr. Leslie Bilodeau? Clearly in his mind, I was the kind of woman who was always going to be the star, in charge, the bright light, a woman with her own, her own thing, her own empire. And that is how I saw myself. Sometimes I forget that my future self, also known as Zazoo flies in every now and then to remind me that like a tea bag, we women, we get stronger in hot water, right? The longer you leave us in there, the stronger we get. So this year has been a journey for me and an eye-opening adventure into aspects of my personality that I had swept under the rug, subordinated to somebody else's idea of what my life should be, of how I should spend my time dusting, keeping my furniture in pristine condition with orange oil, having just the right consistency to my meat pies that I make on New Year's now that my mother doesn't make them. I make the French meat pies. I'm going to make those this week. I can make my own meat pies now. I'm a grown-up. And if they come out, if they burn, they burn. If they come out good, I'll celebrate that. I'll eat my own darn meat pie with my ketchup at my kitchen table with my turnips and my coleslaw and my cranberry sauce and celebrate all who've gone before and all the wonderful future selves yet to be discovered, 2021 and beyond. The me who incorporates all of the me's who've gone before and embarks upon a new me who's going to, from the sounds of it, it's really going to be wonderful. The future. Like Melissa Etheridge. Remember that song? The future. The future. Wake me up when we reach 2021. Thanks, Melissa. Remember that song? Anybody remember that? That was from 1993. She sang about 2001. I've always been a big Melissa Etheridge fan. Wake me up when we reach 2021. The future. The future. The future. I'm going to go make some tea. So anyway, this restaurant doesn't exist anymore. Those clothes don't exist anymore. That table probably doesn't exist anymore. Those shoes, that dress, the lights, none of it. You know what's still here? That light burning brightly. And it's burning even more brightly every day. And you too. That's the fire you have to tend. Tend to that light. Keep it burning. Don't make it subservient to anyone else's light. Don't be subordinate. Don't subordinate it to anything else. Make yourself, make your light a priority. Because you never know who's watching. So on that note, I wish you namaste, light, love, and much laughter, much health into the new year and beyond. Honor that wonderful divine spark in you. Celebrate that. Let's toast and celebrate our future selves. The future. Till next week. Happy New Year. Zazoo signing out. Bye-bye.